The command center froze. Every screen flashed the same warning. Unknown fleet detected distance to Pluto defense grid, 17 minutes. Nobody spoke. General Reeves slowly turned toward Elias. How? Elias didn't answer. His eyes were fixed on the tactical display, tiny blue dots, human patrol ships, thousands of red signatures appearing one after another from empty space, not through hyperspace, not through warp. They had already been there, hidden, waiting. General Hale whispered, "He really gave us 72 hours," while attacking 6 hours later. For the first time, nobody in the room laughed at Elias. Meanwhile, 43 billion kilometers away, inside the flagship Oblivion Crown, Supreme Strategist Cale Varen calmly watched Earth. Around him stood hundreds of alien commanders. One young officer smiled confidently. "Earth detected us earlier than expected." Cale didn't even blink. "No. They detected exactly when I wanted." The bridge fell silent. Another commander frowned. "Should we accelerate the invasion?" Kyle shook his head. "Not yet. They've already begun making mistakes. But they haven't moved." Kyle smiled. "Exactly. They're thinking. And people think slowest when they're afraid." Back on Earth, arguments exploded inside headquarters. "We have to launch everything. Move the carrier fleet. Protect Luna. Activate Planet Shield." General Reeves pointed at Elias. "You predicted this. What do we do?" Every officer looked toward the weakest soldier in the academy. Elias slowly zoomed out the tactical map. Something felt wrong, very wrong. "No." Captain Naomi frowned. "No, we do nothing." The room erupted. "What?" General Hale slammed the table. "Are you insane? They're entering our system." Elias nodded. "I know. Then why aren't we attacking?" Elias quietly answered. "Because this isn't the invasion." Silence. General Reeves narrowed his eyes. "Explain." Elias enlarged the enemy formation. Thousands of ships, perfectly organized, too perfect. No fleet enters enemy territory like this. Captain Naomi stared at the display. "What do you mean?" Elias pointed toward 3 different formations. "Look. Every flagship is visible. No escort deception. No hidden reserve. No electronic masking." He looked around the room. "This fleet wants to be seen." General Hale frowned. So, it's bait." The room became quiet again. Elias continued. "If we launch our entire defense fleet now, Cale learns everything. Our formations, our response speed, our command structure, our strongest weapons, our weakest sectors." He turned toward General Reeves. "He doesn't want Earth. He wants information." Thousands of kilometers away, Kyle stood before the holographic battlefield. One of his officers smiled. "Human fleet launching in 3, 2, 1. Nothing happened. The bridge became quiet. Another officer looked confused. "Sir?" Cale's eyes narrowed slightly. "Interesting, very interesting. Back on Earth." General Reeves rubbed his forehead. "If we don't fight, they'll destroy Pluto Station." Elias nodded. "Yes." General Hale stared at him. "You're willing to sacrifice 6,000 soldiers?" "No. I'm willing to sacrifice 1 outpost instead of the entire solar system." Nobody liked the answer, but nobody could prove it wrong. Minutes later, the alien fleet reached Pluto defense grid. Human soldiers prepared for their final stand. Commander Ellis opened the emergency channel. "Earth Command? Permission to engage?" The room inside headquarters became silent. Everyone looked at General Reeves. General Reeves looked at Elias. Elias quietly spoke. "Permission denied." Commander Ellis couldn't believe it. "Denied? They're in firing range." Elias took the communicator. "Commander, I need you to lose." The entire control room stared at him. Commander Ellis whispered, "Excuse me? I need Cale Varen to believe you're exactly the commander he expected. Fight, retreat, make mistakes, look desperate, survive." Commander Ellis slowly smiled. "Understood." Seconds later, the first battle began. Alien destroyers opened fire. Blue plasma crossed the darkness. Human railguns answered. Explosions illuminated Pluto's orbit. Everything looked exactly like a desperate defense. Ships panicked, pilots retreated, stations exploded exactly as Kale predicted. Inside the alien flagship, several officers laughed. Primitive. They're collapsing. Kale remained silent. Something bothered him. The battle was too clean, too predictable. He watched every movement, every retreat, every explosion. Then his eyes widened almost invisibly. Wait. Earth headquarters. Elias smiled for the first time. Captain Naomi noticed. You wanted this. Elias nodded. He just realized. Realized what? That we're lying. Inside the Oblivion Crown, Kale immediately stood. Stop the assault. Every officer looked shocked. Sir? Now. But we're winning. Kale's voice became cold. No. We're performing. One commander looked confused. What? Kale enlarged the battlefield. Then he saw it. Every destroyed human ship had fallen into perfect geometric positions. Not random. Calculated. One officer whispered, It's a defensive minefield? Kyle slowly shook his head. Worse. It's a sensor web. The human wreckage wasn't wreckage at all. Every drifting ship had become a hidden surveillance node. Every explosion, every laser, every maneuver had been recorded. Earth had intentionally lost the battle to study him. For the first time in 12 years, Kyle smiled. A strategist. Finally. At the same moment, Elias looked at the same battlefield. Captain Naomi asked quietly, Did it work? Elias nodded. Yes. He knows. And that's exactly where I wanted him. Naomi looked confused. You wanted him to know? Elias smiled faintly. Because now, the real game begins. Far beyond Pluto, Kyle walked toward the observation window. Softly, almost respectfully, he spoke to himself. Who are you? Paper soldier?